China Sea Race in Hong Kong, Congressional Cup in Long Beach, and a busy April month in the Caribbean, in Britany, and in the Med. You're watching the Sailing Updates Destopnews. Welcome to the office.
Famous Australian skipper Sid Fisher on board his Ragamuffin wins the 27th edition of the Rolex China Sea Race. Starting in a light breeze of 8 knots, the fleet of 40 competitors set sails for nearly 600 miles from Hong Kong to the Philippines. The Australian Supermaxi struggles to dispose of a group of 3 TP52s, but following 57 hours, 31 minutes and 18 seconds at sea, Ragamuffin takes line honours. Male Pride and his Hi-Fi are declared the winner on corrected time. This is the second victory for the skipper. Taylor Canfield consolidates his world ranking pole's position following his victory in the Congressional Cup. With 13 wins and 5 losses, Ian Williams catches up with Taylor Canfield, but the latter has the privilege of choosing his opponent for the semis. Canfield easily dispatches of his opponent Keith Swinton 2-zip, while Williams do it the hard way against Francesco Bruni. Ian Williams is in LA to win his third Crimson Blazer in 4 years and is really motivated for the finals. In the last minute of the pre-start of race 1, the English fans are devastated. Williams takes a penalty due to a massive collision and the skipper doesn't manage to get back into the game. The sound of the impact is huge and the crowd can hear it from the shore. Williams gathers himself for the second race and manages to go on match point. The do-or-die race eventually goes to Taylor Canfield, who wins the final by 2 victories to 1. Taylor puts on the prestigious blazer and collects $17,500 of prize money.
In April, 3 back-to-back events are held in the paradise waters of the Caribbean to the delight of thousands of sailors.
In winning every race but one, the TP52 near miss from Switzerland dominates the St. Thomas International Regatta. Over the years, this event became the most participant yachting regatta in the Caribbean. Held in a very strong breeze, the second day is spectacular for the various classes. The overall victories are hard to get for yachts, sometimes coming from all over the world. Next is the British Virgin Islands for 3 days of exceptional racing with more than 3,500 visitors to Tortola. The ATE boats are divided into 13 categories with the cruisers, the multi-hulls and the prototypes competitors. Sailed in great conditions, the racing gives a smile and brightens the faces of the sailors. Rounding the Flanagan Island is the highlight of the week-long event. In the cruising category, Fairy Tale, the Whalers, Mayet Salona Express and Girasoli win their respective classes. In the multi-hull, victories goes to Boss Lady 2 and Triple Jack. In One Designs, Smile and Wave wins the series in the Melges 32, while Tortola Express dominates the IC24. Tonnerre de Breskens crushes the opposition in winning 7 races. April in the Caribbean is a good month for near miss from Switzerland. Once again, the TP52 shows her strength in the Spinnaker Zero category during the Voile de Saint-Barth. Never in the past 5 years the Voile has offered the competitors such a wide range of wind conditions. Between acrobatic upwind in choppy seas, wet-reaching cavalcades and downwind run at breakneck speed, the races are splendid. The winners in each of the 9 categories demonstrate a solid consistency. While the superb Minimaxi Bellamente breaks her mast in the turquoise waters of Saint-Barth, Cowl, skippered by Alex Scherer, manages to beat Josh David's Rambler.
Part of an unmissable month of sailing in Marseille, the Marseille Cup precedes the International Mediterranean Sailing Week.
15 days before Easter, the white light of spring sunshine welcomes 103 boats and their 663 crew members for 6 races in various classes. On paper, the Marseille Cup is already a success. The easterly winds turns to the west to offer the best sailing conditions. In one design, Hugo Rocha wins the SB20s and Laurent Rastellot the Lanxeux. In IRC, the GP42 Team Future Vision dominates the ranking ahead of Genepi. While in the national handicaps, Dominic Lexa on Saiga is declared the winner. Except in terms of the weather, a similar scenario is on for the 49th edition of the SNIM held over the Easter weekend. Following the Mistral blowing for the first 2 days, the wind turns to the east on Sunday morning. The colors change completely and turn to light grey with some rain early in the morning. To no one's surprises, SFS, the big black carbon fibers boat skipped by Lionel Péan, takes line honours. However, the Volvo 70 is crucified on handicap and Glen Ellen 5 is the winner ahead of Lady First and Vertigo.
April is an intense month of racing in Britany. A reference event in France, the Transat is packed with sailing stars this year.
The Michel, Jean Le Cam and Roland Jourdain will cross sword with an army of young sailors determined to push them aside. The 30 men and women are among the very best and more than half of the teams can win. However, one of the duos will not stand a chance. The trophy holder Cercle Vert loses her mast during the first night and must throw the towel. A second bad news on Friday, April 18. Whilst in the lead, Thierry Chabani and Erwan Tabali send a message to the race director. Their Gedimet has also lost her mast. Taking the gamble of the more direct route, some of the big names, including Michel Desjoyaux, are accepting their mistake. On April 20, the Tradewinds Highway has finally opened and the Southerners take the lead at the midway point. The overall victory shouldn't escape a group of 6 boats led by General Lee. Each of them are positioned on a perpendicular line to the finish and are starting the last dash towards the West Indies. The Easter weekend is also the return of the great festival of sailing in La Trinité-sur-Mer. 2,500 sailors gather in Britany for the 36th edition of the Spi Ouest France. The races are held under exceptional weather conditions for the 408 boats divided into 18 categories. A very tactical and technical Spi Ouest this year. All the ingredients are there to spice up the event. Most of the podiums are decided on the final races held on Easter Monday with a few surprises. In M34, Courrier Dunkerque wins the trophy after trailing Groupama all week. In J80s, the largest fleet with 89 competitors, Safran, skipped by Morgan Lagravière, snatches the trophy in the dying moments of the final race. In Grand Surprise, the Apprentice, skipped by Christophe Montoriol, manages to leapfrog Paulette de la Mouette. In IRC1, and following 11 years of relentless efforts, the TP52 Paprec Recyclage wins 4 races and finally secures the Spi Ouest France. Lastly, in the spectacular Open 7.50s, even the superstars Loïc Perron and Alain Gauthier couldn't overtake the sled's specialist, Nicolas Groslo.
Rendezvous next week, same time, same place. Until then, goodbye and fair sailing.